Hi friends, Allison here with the Everyday Scrapbooker, sharing with you a half-done scrapbooking layout. I didn't honestly think of recording this video until I'd already applied everything to the bottom portion of the layout, so I apologize for that. The reason I decided to share a process video with you today is because I'm considering the top half of the layout where the title and subtitle is a hybrid of sorts. That's a very loose interpretation. It could also be considered mixed media, but that's also a very loose interpretation. The reason I'm calling it hybrid is because part of it is die cut with my Cricut and the other part of it is stamped. And you can see me working on the stamping right now. I'm just using a close to my heart alpha stamp that I've had in my stash for quite a while. I think it's called Simply Said. It is still available at Close to My Heart, so I'll include the link at the end of the video for you to go check that out if you wanted to have a look at it. And I'm also going to be adding a bit more stamping below the title once I have that adhered. The main part of the title is a die cut, which will be coming up here right away. I wanted to do the stamping of the subtitle first, and that is a case of, which is really hard to see, but you will see it at the end of the video. I'll have some close-ups for you to check out if you hang around that long to look up. So there I have the word mistaken that was cut with my Cricut. Once again, I'm using the piece of paper that the word was cut from as a template, and I'm going to put the word inside it so I can make sure it's straight. And I know it was off the screen, but I was just adding glue to the word so that I could get it glued to the page. So here I'm playing around with the little dot in the eye. I have a few eyes that I'm going to be adding to the page, and I realized as I was trying to make it fit in the hole that it was actually the wrong one. So I found the right little dot or tittle or whatever it is you call it for my eye, and presto, there it is all put together. The other part of the title is also die cut, and that word is identities. The layout that I'm making is actually a layout about my girls dressing up in disguise along with a friend of theirs at an event here in town that was for families. And I decided to go with the title called Mistaken Identities. And then you can see at the bottom of the page I have a little bird with bunny ears on his head and a mustache and glasses, sunglasses. That's pretty well the disguises the girls had in the photo. You can see that down at the bottom of the layout as well. And the girl in the front was actually a bunny. So that's where the bunny ears came from. So now I have identities totally adhered. I should point out the reason I didn't use the paper identities was cut from as a template to adhere that word was because it didn't cut as the full word, like letter for letter, if that makes sense. The letters were all over the place, and I cut it with, I think, the hearts as well because it's from black cardstock. So everything was mixed up. So what I did to get around that was just took a straight edge ruler and a pencil and marked a line on the layout base to where the letters were going to rest, and then just freehanded it instead of using paper as a template. Now I'm stamping the tagline or the subtitle, the third part of the title, pardon me. And this one says, "See the resemblance." I knew I had a stamp in my stash that was all about family. And even though the picture in this particular layout isn't family, except for my daughters, I thought the "See the resemblance" stamp would work with the whole mistaken identities theme. So I just stamped it in black ink. I cut some arrows from black, gray, and white cardstock just to draw some more attention to the title, and then draw attention to the girls that are in their disguises. And that is honestly pretty well the layout. I do plan on adding journaling to this layout. I haven't done it yet, and I haven't gotten to this point yet, but I am going to be adding some pink taffeta stickles to the bow that's on the birds' bunny ears. The birds, not birds'. The birds' bunny ears. Yeah, that sounds better. And I was waiting for that to dry before I add the journaling. So I'm just embellishing the layout right now because at this point I was thinking this layout was pretty well done. And then I sit for a few minutes kind of drumming my fingers, trying to figure out whether I wanted to add journaling or not. And then that's when the idea hit me to add the stickles. So I add stickles after I've got the glitter gems adhered to my layout. These are also close to my heart. I don't know if they're available in the shop or not. If they are, I'll leave the link for them at the end of this video. If not, then obviously they're not available. I also cut a miniature bow to kind of dress up the title a little bit as well. And there's also that little itty bitty mustache that I cut as well to dress up the letter E in identities. I thought it was a super cute little touch to add to the title. Also drawing in a little bit more pink to the layout. I really wanted to stick with a black, white, and pink color scheme for this layout. I don't know why, I just felt inspired to use these colors, and so I stuck with it. So here I'm trying to decide what I want to do, if I want to add journaling or not, and here comes the stickles. Once again, I used pink taffeta. That is available in my Close to My Heart shop, so I'll leave the link for that. And with that, my layout is complete. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. Make sure to give this video a like if it inspired you, even if it didn't. I'd love to hear from you as well. Let me know what your thoughts are on this layout. Thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.